Hey, so it's been a little while. I haven't been in my garden properly for a good few weeks. Yeah, life got in the way, as it does. So I thought I would just pop on to talk about it a little bit. I think sometimes we get this idea that when you're doing something like this, it has to be all or nothing. And well, this season has shown me that even if you don't keep up with it every day, it's not necessarily going to be a disaster. Honestly, it's not. It's fine. It's wild. It's out of control, but there is still so much food. You know, there's weeds, things have bolted, I've missed the harvest on certain things. I haven't done all my pruning, but you know, nature just does its thing. Things want to grow. So I've not been the perfect gardener this year, but I have shown up from time to time, just done what absolutely needed doing. It's kind of nice to know that you still get food. You know, you don't have to be perfect. So as far as I was concerned, I planted kohlrabi over at the end of last season, and it overwintered in here. They were tiny plants for most of the winter. They sprang into life in the spring, and they all bolted. It's in the tunnel, so it got hot early in the year. Not outside, but you know, in here. And so I think I had one before they all bolted, a tiny little one, but I saw them starting to go, and I was like, I must harvest that one that was still hanging on. And anyway, I chopped them all down. I planted tomatoes and cucumbers in the spot, and now look what's happened. Look at the size of this. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be any good, but I'm going to try it. Don't even know where it came from. Nature, eh? So I think I must have shown you on my last video the bean that was just starting to come up from what I thought was nowhere, and I said it must have come from last year. I put some beans in here, they didn't really do anything. I gave up with them, and I showed you that one was coming back to life. Well, now it is this big monstrosity behind me, and I mean, I didn't plan to have beans in here this summer, don't get me wrong, that wasn't by design, but look at it. It is a majestic beast of a plant, and it's being an absolute thug, and I'm just letting it, because this is definitely the season of letting what wants to grow. Just shows you can have all the plans, but if you don't fulfill them, then nature's going to fill them for you. The more established your garden, then the more likely it is that something that you grew last year is going to pop up. There's tomatillos growing everywhere in this tunnel and outside. I'm not sure how they got outside. I only grew them in the tunnel last year, but I got about 5 happy looking tomatillo plants outside, so wasn't intending to grow any this year because I still got some left from last year, but hey ho, more tomatillos it is. I won't complain. So knowing that I wasn't going to have loads of time this season, I did put in a lot more squash and pumpkins than I normally would. That's heavy. Not necessarily my favourite thing in the garden to eat, but I love growing them because they're nice and easy and they do their own thing, and that's exactly what's happened here. Now, I didn't plant the nasturtiums, they've just done the nasturtium-y thing and gone nuts, but I'm really happy with how much the pumpkins and squash are just vining out, covering the space, stopping all too many weeds from coming up. And hopefully we'll get some beans and corn in amongst them. We also have a fair amount of my garden covered this year with some black plastic. It doesn't fill my soul with joy or anything, but it's just trying to control the level of weeds. I don't want to completely lose control over this garden and then give myself a massive job to do once I am back in it. So I've only uncovered the bits I thought I could actually use, but I am very tempted to pull back some of that plastic and get some more bits in. It's mid-July now, so there's still time for some more beans, some more beetroot, some more carrots, some more salad greens, some more peas. So I don't know, we'll see. British whites have found brassicas. These are the leaves off that kohlrabi, so I'm going to take these in for a chicken feast. You don't eat them. Don't tell me off. I'm bringing them for these gals. There you go. You come to see? So there you go, that's where I'm at. I am back in the garden. It is out of control, but I'm very grateful that this garden doesn't need a whole lot of my input to grow food, apparently. So I've been feeling a little bit off track, you know, I've completely lost control of the situation, but I'm hoping that this shows that it doesn't matter. Hey ho, these things happen, life happens, and show up as and when you can, and you will still get something out of it. It's not going to be my most productive year ever, but there's still food coming out of this garden. And loads of it. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say you can't ever really be behind in the garden. It just is what it is, and you're along for the ride. And that's how I feel this year. I'm along for the ride, and we'll see where it takes me. I'll see you soon.